I'm Casey Claiborne, and thanks for watching this CrimeWatch YouTube exclusive, where we take a look back at recent crime stories that have been making headlines in our area and across the state. A hearing was held recently for the suspect in that multi-county wave of violence that left 6 people dead back in December. The attorney for Shane James Jr. says he'd like to negotiate a plea deal, but no offers have been made yet. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has a look at the next steps in the case.
He's a very respectful person, very intelligent person, and but he's in a very, very stressful situation, and so it's like with anybody, people have their better days and their worst days.
Russ Hunt Jr. says about the man spending his time behind bars with multiple counts of capital murder looming. Shane James Jr. is believed to have killed 6 people and injured 3 others in a matter of less than 24 hours. The shooting spree began in Bexar County when authorities say James killed his own parents in the home where James lived with them. Then up I-35 to the Northeast Early College High School. A little before 11 in the morning, Austin police received the first call that a sergeant with Austin ISD had been shot. At around noon, officers responded to the double homicide of Sabrina Rahman and Emmanuel Potbeau in South Austin. Just 5 hours later, a 911 call came in that a male cyclist had been shot in Southwest Austin. Almost 2 hours later, another call, a burglary in progress less than 2 miles away. When officers arrived, they found James in the backyard. Police say he shot an officer.
Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. All right, where's he at?
He just ran out the back.
Get cover, come over here, find this car.
Then James took off in a stolen car, and police followed until he crashed about 4 miles away. Catherine Short and her daughter Lauren Short were later found at the home, shot and killed.
We are progressing through the very voluminous discovery in the case.
From Bexar County and Travis County, in case they go to trial.
I would always frankly prefer avoiding a trial if that's at all possible. I'd rather have a negotiated outcome where everybody gets sort of something that they can live with.
But Hunt says no offers have been made. The next court date is August 20th.
He will be brought at the next court setting.
Because there are multiple indictments, the cases could either be split up or tried together, but that hasn't been decided yet. The death penalty is also still being considered. Meanwhile, police have identified the woman shot and killed at a Waffle House in Northeast Austin. It happened in the morning on June 8th at the location on Dessau Road. Police say 25-year-old Takesha Lewis was one of 2 women caught in the middle of an argument between 2 groups of men that ultimately led to gunfire. Lewis and the other woman were rushed to the hospital, where Lewis later died. The other woman is in stable condition. The shooters took off before police got there, and investigators still haven't released any suspect information. 2 men have been sentenced for the murder of a father of 6 who was apparently killed by a drug cartel. Guillermo Gomez was ambushed in South Austin back in 2019. His family had to relive his death while his killers were on trial. Fox 7 Austin CrimeWatch reporter Meredith Aldis has the story.
I always told him not to trust anybody. And he did. He trusted everybody.
Amanda Rodriguez says it cost her brother-in-law his life.
It's traumatic for us still.
Almost 5 years after father of 6, Guillermo Gomez,
A very sweet, kind-hearted, loving man,
was shot and killed.
They are still hurt. They miss their father. They talk about him a lot. He's no longer here with us, so he misses out on football games, soccer games, volleyball games, basketball games. So it's been a big loss for us, for sure.
It was June 22nd, 2019. Cell phone video shows Gomez left his apartment at around 11:45 that night, and 36-year-old Francisco Lopez Jr. picked him up. Lopez told police they were going to purchase 2 ounces of meth. They went to a nearby McDonald's, met up with 47-year-old Evan Zanders, then went to the back of the Bainbridge Villas in South Austin. Surveillance video from the apartment complex showed the car entered the complex at around 12:37 in the morning and left just 6 minutes later.
Just knowing that this is the last place that my brother-in-law took his last breath really hurts. You know, in the very, very back is where he was murdered, and in the dark place in the back of this apartment complex, in the dark area, is where he was assassinated.
Zanders told detectives it was a setup so Lopez could kill Gomez.
I know he didn't see this coming.
A witness told police Gomez had substantial drug debt and was told by Lopez that the cartel ordered the death of Gomez.
Don't get involved with those type of activities, no matter how bad you're hurting for money. Do not get involved.
Lopez and Zanders were arrested for first-degree murder. In January 2023, Zanders went to trial. He pleaded guilty in exchange for 36 years in prison. Last month, Lopez faced a jury.
It did hurt, reliving everything, seeing everything, hearing the details.
A jury convicted Lopez and sentenced him to 28 years in prison.
No time is going to bring my brother-in-law back. So it doesn't matter if they give him 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, life.
Rodriguez says she forgives them and feels for their family members too.
They could use what they did and how they hurt us as a testimony to other families and bring awareness to the bad things like the drugs and the narcotics that they were doing and selling.
Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin, Crime Watch.
In Gillespie County, a woman was arrested after deputies say they found a lot of drugs during a traffic stop. The 59-year-old suspect was pulled over for a traffic violation around 10:30 p.m. on June 11th near the Lukenbach Town Loop and Ranch Road 1376. The deputy reported smelling marijuana, and his canine smelled other drugs. We're told during the search they found 130 grams of meth, as well as pot, and several baggies in the woman's purse. The suspect has been charged with manufacture or delivery of a controlled substance. We're learning more about the arrest of a Travis County Assistant District Attorney. Austin police say Joe Frederick pulled a gun on his roommate at their Northwest Austin apartment. No injuries were reported in the incident, and Frederick has been released from jail on $10,000 bond. Fox 7 Austin's John Krinjak has the story.
Travis County Assistant District Attorney Joe Frederick now out of jail after the 51-year-old was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Around 4 Friday afternoon, Austin police were called to an apartment building on RM 2222. According to an arrest affidavit, Frederick had a guest who was visiting him, and Frederick asked his roommate for help to fix a TV. After the guest left, Frederick accused the roommate of making googly eyes at the guest, suggesting jealousy. Police say the two exchanged insults and things got physical. The roommate returned to his room, and when he came back out, Frederick was standing in the hallway pointing a silver revolver at him. He later entered the roommate's room, raised the gun up, and pointed it at the roommate's face, saying, "I'll shoot you," and "get the expletive out." Police say the roommate recorded video of Frederick with the gun. On that video, Frederick is heard accusing the roommate of pushing him and that the gun is self-defense. In a statement, the Travis County DA's office saying, "Our office will be reviewing the information on the case, and we do not have any further comment at this time."
A Hutto man will likely spend the rest of his life in prison for sex crimes. A Williamson County jury has sentenced 39-year-old Josue Gorola to 99 years behind bars. In 2021, a teenage victim told investigators she was repeatedly sexually assaulted by Gorola, who was a friend of her family at the time. Williamson County DA Sean Dick called the sentence a stern warning to predators. A now former Round Rock YMCA employee is under arrest, charged with invasive visual recording. And court documents are revealing how the suspect allegedly videotaped women while they were getting dressed inside local shops. Fox 7 Austin's Lauren Rangel finds the man was using his phone to record women in changing rooms, mostly in thrift stores, and that's when he was confronted about it. Investigators, they found he had a much longer story.
At this Goodwill off of Smyers Lane in Round Rock, court records say 2 women reported a man taking photos of them in the dressing rooms. They were able to snap a photo of his license plate. Police using that to track down 22-year-old Logan Hall. When officers went to question him, the affidavit says Hall denied taking any photos or videos at first, instead using the phone as a mirror. But when police found a video of changing room curtains taken the same day, records show Hall admitted he didn't just go to Goodwill to watch females in dressing rooms. He also stopped at Plato's Closet. That list grew once his phone was turned over to the Criminal Investigations Division. They say they found a recording possibly from a Salvation Army, another Goodwill location, and one more store. The two girls who caught him say he was wearing a YMCA staff shirt. The affidavit says Hall confirmed he worked with the Round Rock YMCA. In a statement to Fox 7 Austin, the YMCA of Central Texas says he is no longer an employee. We are not aware of any allegations of misconduct during his employment with the YMCA. We follow strict guidelines of extensive background checks when hiring. At that time, he had a clear record. We are cooperating with authorities and will conduct an internal review. The safety and privacy of our members and guests are paramount.
San Marcos police are searching for a burglary suspect they say was inside of a home and seen on a neighbor's Ring camera. It happened at the Villages on Telluride, where hundreds of Texas State University students live. Last year, we told you about a similar situation at the same complex. Fox 7 Austin's Tan Radford has the latest.
San Marcos police were called to the Villages on Telluride last month for an intruder inside of one of the townhomes.
The complainant advised that she had come home and walked up to her bedroom and found her roommate's backpack on her bed, which she found odd, and it had some jewelry in it.
Police say she picked up the bag and walked toward her roommate's room when she made contact with an unknown man.
She saw a male subject run out of her bedroom, which she was in, and run out of the apartment.
The suspect ran out through the back door. Police say he may have entered through a window.
She described him as a black male in his 20s, athletic build with a crew cut, wearing a gray shirt and gray sweatpants. She received information from one of her neighbors that he attempted to open their door, and they had him on a doorbell camera.
In September of 2023, a separate intruder entered multiple townhomes at the same complex. The tenants we spoke with had a similar story.
He just runs out of my room, runs out of my apartment. All the bedrooms are upstairs, so I kind of chase him out to the hallway to see who he is, but I just see the back of him.
We were chilling in the kitchen, and out of nowhere, we just see some guy walk into our apartment, and we have no idea who he is.
We have issues where, and again, this issue with multiple roommates and people not locking their doors, of people walking into the wrong apartment. People who, they might be intoxicated. All these buildings, they look alike.
According to San Marcos police, there have been 59 calls for service to the complex since January 1st. Among those, one burglary of vehicle, 3 criminal mischiefs, and 3 suspicious activities calls.
Village at Telluride, or that area, isn't seeing an increase in crime as compared to the rest of the city.
The police department is advising tenants to protect themselves and their belongings.
Make sure that you know who you're living with. Make sure that you are familiar with the people that do come and go. Lock your doors. And as far as actual thefts go, burglaries, make sure you have an inventory of your personal items.
And finally, Austin police arrested a suspected car thief with a strange name. 37-year-old Optimus Prime Blakely faces a charge of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Officers stopped Blakely after they saw they caught him driving a stolen vehicle on Congress. The man with the Transformers-inspired name remains in the Travis County Jail with a bond set at $8,000. Thanks for watching the Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch YouTube exclusive. Our Crime Watch stories run each Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. If you missed them, you can watch anytime on our new Fox Local Connected TV app. It's free to download, and you can watch on multiple platforms like Roku and Apple TV. Just scroll down from the live player and look for the Crime Watch section. For more stories highlighted in this episode, you can head to our website, fox7austin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel.